The festival of Sukkot is one of the most joyous and colorful holidays, but this year's celebrations are marred by the pain of war, the loss of loved ones, and concern for the hostages who remain in captivity. Israelis share their feelings amid celebrations and war.
I would say that compared to last year, I have a different sense of, it's a mix of patriotism and belonging. So if it's for the Jewish people, a Jewish state, probably last year will be less strong of a tone if I would say these words together. This year is a very somber vibe. It's definitely, you could feel it because there's less people on the streets. There's a general fear that something is imminent, we're at war. There's people that are coming back from the front. And years before, I didn't build a sukkah. And this year I'm thinking about doing it.
This year, many are hurting. We lost soldiers, and so many were killed in the terrible massacre of October 7th. A lot of people don't feel like celebrating. It's hard for them, and they're in pain. The nation feels divided. There's a part that's struggling, and another part that's doing better. Personally, I'm hurting. It's tough for me and my businesses. I'm losing a lot of money because there aren't any tourists. And despite that, I believe we need to stay positive, to celebrate, because it shows strength and resilience, and that's what we need right now. I know some people won't put up a sukkah, because things aren't the same this year, but there are also people who, precisely because of last year's attack and the war, will put one up, as an act of defiance. They'll celebrate and do things, even if they didn't have a sukkah last year. I'm still not sure. The intermediate days of the holiday, when we usually celebrate, are short. But with no tourists and everyone feeling down, I'm still deciding. Every year I open a sukkah. This year, maybe I won't.
We're thinking of, our brothers and sisters who are still in Gaza, and we're waiting for them to come home. And we're not going to forget them. We're not going to forget the fallen soldiers and everyone who fought for our country. So even though that there's people who are still suffering, we have them in our hearts, we have them in our prayers, and we're always going to have them in mind.
This year, the commandment to be joyful during the holiday is even more important. The holiday of Sukkot and the ritual of the 4 species symbolizes unity. Each species is different from the others, which reflects what the nation of Israel needs now, unity. I believe we are in a resilient and uplifting spirit right now. Nothing will break us. This holiday will be celebrated in peace and joy, despite everything happening to us from the north and south.
The first major difference is that this year, everyone's very much taking it like a personal chag. Wow, we're moving out of our houses now for a week. We're gonna feel a little bit of what the hostages have been feeling for the past over a year. So that's something that everyone's really thinking about this year while making their Sukkot and celebrating.
It's tough for me, tough for a lot of businesses here. But one thing I can say, I won't shut down until I'm completely broken. Just like our soldiers in the north and south who are sacrificing their lives, I'm willing to sacrifice my finances and income to show that we are strong and resilient. I want people, whether they're from abroad or locals, to see that everything is open, that things are still going, that life is still being celebrated. I'll do everything I can.
The Media Line wishes those celebrating a very happy and peaceful holiday.
Chag Sameach!